Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV and DiscoveringBands.com, and I'm here with the fill-ins. How you doing today?
Doing great, man. How's it going?
It's going good, going good. So you want to give us a little history about the band?
Sure thing. Well, first off, seriously, thank you so much for having me on here. Seriously, it means a lot. We're kind of, the Fill-Ins is kind of an odd anomaly. We've been a band for quite a few years, at least in name since 2010. We've been actively playing shows since 2013 or 14. But this latest record we did is actually called Never Heard of Them, because we're still kind of acting like a new band. You know, we're still trying to kind of get our footing, you know, but this is kind of the album that feels like everyone kind of clicked on and everyone just kind of fell into the right groove. So we're almost kind of treating this like a debut record, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. How many albums do you have?
This will technically be our fourth record. We've been steadily recording since about 2014, 2015. We just pressed this to random color vinyl, and it's pretty cool because no one knows what color they're going to get beforehand. They're all shrink wrapped and all that. We've seen like crazy purples. We've seen like a dark navy blue, blacks. It runs the gambit of colors. And for me as a vinyl collector, that's pretty fun. So that's something we're really excited about with this record. Just finally being able to get it on vinyl.
Right. Now, I know you guys are all about the live energy, the energy of the band. So how are you handling this quarantine time?
Man, at first I was really stoked because I was like, yes, I've got all that time I need now to be able to, you know, run off and do this, that, and the other. And then it's like, after a week, I started running out of steam. Thankfully, I actually roommate with our bassist Cap, and we've actually been working through some new material. So we kind of bounce some stuff off each other and kind of keep it going. But the quarantine has definitely been an interesting shift. I'm definitely missing playing shows, especially because the very first shows we had canceled was the album release shows. So like our entire album release cycle got botched.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, but it is what it is. But, you know, thanks to fine folks like you and others, you know, we're still trying to get the word out there and let people know we got new music.
That's awesome. Do you plan on doing any virtual shows? I know a lot of bands are doing that.
Yeah, we actually were hopped on that pretty early on. Here in North Carolina, we've been quote unquote locked down for about a little over a month. And the first week it happened, we've got good friends with the record store here in town, Repo Record, and they allowed us in, and we did a live stream show from their record store. And James and I will hop on and we'll do some acoustic shows here and there. But honestly, with just so many people that were doing it, we kind of took that time to kind of hunker down and you'd go, okay, well, you know, let's figure out our plan of attack for, you know, when this kind of comes out. So we're still kind of doing some acoustic stuff here and there through the Facebook live stream, but some of our friends, you know, have been absolutely killing it. So I've just kind of been guilty of enjoying them more than creating them.
Right. A lot of online concerts to watch right now.
Oh yeah, and I definitely love doing the online, you know, concert and live streams. I mean, we've done that even before the quarantine thing happened, just because it's kind of fun to interact with folks. But, you know, I think also right now, the two of us, we've got our own little podcast also. So we've been kind of banking episodes and talking to friends we hadn't talked to in a while. So it's kind of given us a chance to stretch our wings and, you know, kind of figure out some new stuff to do, all the while kind of preparing for when everyone gets unleashed from their houses.
Now, when you're able to play live again, you're just going to be playing in the North Carolina area? You're going to branch off and do a full U.S. tour? Or?
Man, everything is money permitting. It's like if I won the lottery, I could take everyone out on the road and we'd say, just screw it, let's have a great time. Maybe if I was a little bit more of a financially independent rebel, I would kind of run off and do that. But I kind of like having my savings. I kind of like being able to know I can pay rent at the end of the month. And rock and roll just don't pay the bills like it used to. So we're kind of the weekend warrior guys. We've branched out to Atlanta. Atlanta loves this kind of rock, and they welcomed us wholeheartedly. But then places in West Virginia, like there's a venue up there called the Rim in Norton, West Virginia. Great people, and we've been slowly making some more Chicago connections and Pittsburgh connections. So I'm seeing a lot more of running up and down the East Coast and kind of reaching out to Midland America. Might be a little while before we make it over to the West Coast, though.
Just building it up. Do you have any bands you might want to play with in the future?
Oh, absolutely. We've made a ton of friends with bands that are kind of in the circuit, with bands like Satanic Panic, a great band out of Chicago, Fast Eddie, they're out of Colorado, and then of course bands like the Ravagers, the Biters, they kind of disbanded, but the guitarist is now playing in the Ravagers, and the singer Tuck now has his own solo material. So it's like, I would say just kind of getting together with, some of our friends and putting a little thing together would be fun. And since I'm talking about friends, one extra one I want to throw out, Like Machines, they used to be called The Stir here in Atlanta, but man, they just got off a tour with Fozzy. They had Pop Evil lined up before all this went down. They're going to be playing Epicenter Fest. And those guys are on the up and up. So if anyone out there listening likes good, heavy rock and roll music, definitely check out Like Machines.
Awesome. Now, your band name, what does that mean and how'd that come to be?
So that one actually is interesting. So it's like, I'll hear, people ask, so where's your band name come from? And they're like, I just thought about it in my room one day. Or ours actually kind of came from an inside joke. It's kind of perpetuated throughout the years because we don't take ourselves seriously, but we take our music seriously, even down to the band name. So all the original members, we found out later on, had been essentially fill-in members for this one band we had all at one point played in at different times, but not at the same time. So it's like, I wound up meeting up with this bassist, and we were just chit-chatting about stuff. I was like, so what'd you used to do? Oh, I used to play bass in Yada Yada's band. I was like, no shit, so I played guitar in his band. And we started talking with this drummer. Oh, I played drums in so-and-so's band. No shit. We just all got together, and we were just a bunch of fill-ins for this dude, weren't we? And we're like, But now, since those guys really aren't in the band anymore, we've kind of wrapped it into band calls out on you, girlfriend leaves you, just call the fill-ins. We'll fill in.
Cool name. Now,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, if people want to find you online, look you up, find your music, how do they do that?
Oh, we try to be everywhere as possible. We can go old school dinosaur. We've got thefillins.com. That's where you can find everything. But of course, Facebook at the fill-ins, Instagram. Well, it's the same handle everywhere. But I think we've basically got all of them. The only one I don't check quite as much as Twitter. But if anyone interacts, I've got the notifications turned on. I just forget to post on Twitter.
And what are some of your well-known or bigger songs for people to look up?
Right now we're kind of pushing our current single, Long Way to Go. We've actually got a music video we shot ourselves using iPhones, and I edited together on my computer. And seriously, all it was just a little $80 Steadicam gimbal you can get on Amazon. We stuck the phone in and shot it up, and I think it looks pretty good for basically not having to sink money into camera equipment. That was my main thing. And then the magic is in the edit. It all depends on if you can get your color correct and your transitions looking good. But yeah, that was a fun video to shoot. And then during the quarantine season, we decided to kind of loosely release a third single. It's the last track on the record, Drown Your Blues. And what we did is we had everyone mime along their parts at home, and they sent me the video clip, and we created kind of like a quarantine compilation music video of us kind of jamming the song at home.
And now you said you got some new music in the works. Can you give us any details about that?
Oh man, I mean, it's just in straight demo form. I still don't even have lyrics yet. It's just kind of that point where we feel a little bit behind schedule, because I like being the guy that already has like new demos ready by the time we're releasing the record. But getting this last record out took a little bit of doing, and it kind of zapped us for a few minutes, and only until maybe the past month or so if we really felt inspired to start writing again. But thankfully, the output's been pretty good. We started with about 8 songs, narrowed it down to 5, and now we're in the top 3 that we're just going to focus on and hopefully do something with by the end of the year.
Awesome. Well, it was good having you and talking to you, and everyone look them up.
Awesome, man. Seriously, thank you so much for having me. It's truly been an honor. Thank you.